Hello folks, today is Friday, December 17th, 2021. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. Happy Spider-Man weekend, happy almost holidays. We're getting to the end of the year, but we got some interesting little news stories. The first thing is the PS5 possibly being jailbroken soon. Now, that may or may not excite you, but the story's kind of interesting. So the way it's going down is that a group of three software developers, hackers, whatever you want to call them, have come together and have jailbroken the newest PS4 software. I'm not going to get too into the technical details because, one, I'm dumb. Two, it's not super exciting, but it generally is a workaround with a software update and inserting a USB stick at the right time and doing a kernel trick. And this, of course, opens the PS4 for a lot of possibilities, piracy, homebrew stuff, but this can also lead, these developers had suggested, that this can also very easily lead to the PlayStation 5 being jailbroken as well. The interesting thing about this story, though, is that they aren't being official with that or releasing anything for the PS5 yet because the lead of this little developer trio doesn't actually have a PS5 yet, which is super realistic. A lot of people still don't. I just thought that was like a funny and very real ending to that news story. Thought we would share. But in PlayStation news, sticking with it, they have released a new line of colors for PS5 DualSense controllers. Along with that, releasing a little bit later, are going to be officially licensed PS5 faceplates with these same colors, this like galaxy line of colors. Also, are we calling them faceplates? It's not really a face when it's two. What would you call them? Sandwich breads?
Yeah.
Bread one, bread two?
Bread one, bread two.
Okay. Shells even? I don't know. Whatever. So D-Brand has done this. I don't know if we talked about this news story, but D-Brand a couple months ago did unlicensed ones and kind of did some like legal wiggle room to put theirs out. But now PlayStation has theirs officially. You're going to be able to get soon. The colors are Midnight Black, Cosmic Red, Nova Pink, Starlight Blue, and Galactic Purple. Honestly, you know what I want? PlayStation Blue. Give me that like regular old classic Sony blue, and I'll do that. Maybe I'll just spray paint it myself. Who am I kidding? I don't know. There's also a lot of people who are like, yay, thanks, and again, still don't have their hands on a PS5 yet. But this, of course, opens the window for tons of opportunities, you know, maybe special edition consoles, officially licensed stuff. Maybe we'll see one with Kratos' face stamped on it soon enough. Who knows for sure, but like, I mean, at least right now, it seems like they're keeping it simple. Now, next up, let's talk about the big news of the week. For me personally, shout out to a lot of you guys out there, like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, who have tagged me in the news. I very much appreciate it. Ubisoft has come out and officially confirmed, after all of the rumors, it's like the worst kept secret, there is a Splinter Cell game in the works, and it is a remake of the original game. They are currently hiring and staffing up for it. It seems like it's very early. They put out a blog post, some little tiny details about it. It's going to be like a full remake with like modernized gameplay and stuff like that. And that's really all we know. So my take, just real quick, I was not looking for a remake. I was just looking for a new Splinter Cell thing. However, a remake, sure, whatever. We disagree here. Like, I don't think they need to remake the first game. It is a little crusty. So maybe if they make the first game play like even just Chaos Theory, I think that's fine. Yeah. Make it gorgeous. Whatever. The first game has incredible encounters and level design. The big question, of course, and it's one we still don't have answer for, is Michael Ironside, is he returning to voice Sam Fisher? Who knows? It's up in the air. I'm personally, right now, and I feel different every day about this. If you ask me tomorrow, I'll feel different. But right now, I feel like it's not going to happen. Specifically only because, and this is nothing to go on, don't take this as like a big clue or anything, grain of salt for all this. The voice actor for the Sam Fisher from like Rainbow Six Siege and stuff is very active on Twitter and likes like a ton of Splinter Cell related news. When people tag me in Splinter Cell stuff, he likes it. Which in the past, little things like that have revealed things for movies and games. It could just be him being excited about the character, or it could be him being excited about the reactions to his newest gig. Who knows? It's really speculation. I don't want to put anything out there with it, but that's just my current thought. The biggest thing about this news, though, is that Ubisoft did at least confirm that it is not open world. There have been a lot of rumors, and everybody just says, I even thought that they were just going to go for another Ubisoft thing, but they confirmed that it is not going to be open world. It's going to be a single player, more linear style game. So I'm curious to see what comes of this. This also comes with a lot of conversation of, people not being happy with recent Ubisoft games or Ubisoft as a company. A lot of that is valid. Can they make a Splinter Cell in the modern era that we're even going to want? Who knows, man? I've been talking about Splinter Cell for a while now. So let's move on. Hey, next up, this episode's brought to you by our longtime sponsor, Vessi. Now, if you haven't heard about them by now, just know that these are the excellent daily driver sneakers that we wear every day here. They're solid, sustainably made, and most importantly, comfortable. But they're also 100% waterproof, which is absolutely perfect for any season, and especially this time of the year because snow is on the way here in New York. And they work real great in the messy slush because they got you covered with Dymatex, a dual climate knit material that keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and it doesn't feel like you're wearing a waterproof shoe. They come in all different sizes, colors, and styles, and lately I've been rocking the Everyday Move. It's one of their newer sneakers, nice and slip-on, comfortable. These are always at my back door, ready to go, especially because I have a very dirty dog and a really muddy backyard. So if you want to check them out, click our link in the description down below and use our code gameranx to get $25 off your Vessi purchase. Also, along with that, get up to 30% off select Vessi Vault items from December 6th to January 1st. And just note the discount cannot be stacked with already reduced items. Check them out, click that link, and thanks again to Vessi for sponsoring our videos. This leads over to our next story, kind of, though, with NFTs being in games. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, have been popping up quite a bit. It's a concept that has been explored in game experiences, but now it's coming over to mainstream AAA gaming because everybody smells money, and it doesn't seem like it takes a lot of effort for them to get into it. So Ubisoft announced NFT, or individually numbered items, specifically in the new Ghost Recon, and a lot of people were not happy with this, and other people were confused about this. The NFT whole concept, I'm going to link a video in the description down below. Devontae from GameSpot did a really good job explaining it. But for me, the bigger news story was the new Stalker game announcing that they were going to have a sort of metaverse NFT experience, an optional experience in their games. And the backlash was pretty harsh. Obviously, some people are into this tech, but a lot of people were not, and the developers quickly walked back and said that they were not going to include this in the game. It's going to be a thing, though. Just get ready. We're going to see this conversation pop up more and more. Here at gameranx, we're working on trying to tackle this topic, talk about this topic. Not really taking crazy sides or anything right now. Without really getting too personal or too deep into it, if you're just curious where I'm at with it, I love technology. I'm interested in technology. I dabble in cryptocurrency. I understand NFT stuff, but separately, I'm also someone who plays a lot of video games and is always kind of like, with more ways to spend money in video games. I don't really want that. The responses, even just to what I said, are going to be wild. People are very divided about this topic. But for now, specifically with Stalker and stuff like that, I think it's very much like games where, don't force the idea into a game that doesn't work. Stalker is just an old school good PC game, But we'll have to just wait and see where this goes. Now, next up, in case you missed it, this dropped this morning. Tencent has acquired a new studio. The big multinational mega Chinese corporation has acquired Turtle Rock, the people behind most recently Back 4 Blood, in a pretty surprise move. Back 4 Blood and content and development and stuff is not going to be affected by this, and apparently the studio leads and everybody are still going to be there. I assume that they just got a big old fat check. And I don't really have anything to add about this story other than that, again, another huge company gobbled up another thing. Now, in other news, I think this is really cool. Bear with me, this is rapidly updating, but as of the time of recording this video, Final Fantasy Endwalker sales and free trial signups have been suspended just because the response to the game has been so damn insane. Since early December, there has been a bunch of server congestion because the game is so popular and more people are jumping on, especially with the Endwalker thing, and just a lot of positive reception and a lot of people singing the game's praises, that they've been having issues. It's like they weren't prepared for such an intense surge. So there have been server problems. They're doing this suspension, which is wild. They're also gifting players some playtime, which is nice. It's like a little make good. I'm not in that world. I don't have time for this game. I wish I did. I love Final Fantasy and I love the occasional MMO, but I've been following this, and this is crazy. If you want to read up on this story, and really any story I've talked about, everything will be linked in the description down below. We also got some trailers and some things linked in the description down below in case you missed it this week. There is another game dropping this week. This is on Xbox and PC. This is the Gunk. It's one of the last few games squeezed in at the end of the year. It actually looks pretty cool. I'm going to try and find some time to play this. Also, The Witcher Season 2 on Netflix is out. I actually really liked the first season. I was genuinely surprised and very happy, but I gotta watch it again because I don't remember it. Also, Nintendo held their Indieworld presentation. A bunch of really cool stuff, smaller game experiences if you want to check it out. Unfortunately, still no Hollow Knight Silksong. Damn, man, when's it gonna happen? And also, nice small update for me personally, Sam Lake came out and confirmed, because there were like some things floating around, but he confirmed that Alan Wake 2 is going to be a third-person game. And he also confirmed returning actors, which is great. We talked about that last week with the big Game Awards reveals. Alan Wake 2 is something very exciting. It's not going to be coming out for a while, but still, love to see it. Also, this week, if you like older, weirder stuff and good hardware, the Analogue Pocket is out. I got my hands on one. Andrew got his hands on one. I'm going to be playing with mine over the holiday break. So we linked some reviews in the description down for you, some videos. Specifically, I recommend Metal Jesus Rocks video, as well as Jeff Grubb from Games Beats video. Digital Foundry's video is also really good. It's just really exciting technology, and it's a good way to revisit old games. Obviously, other devices do stuff like this, but the way Analogue kind of implemented this is just still at least worth hearing about. But that's a Friday. That's the gaming news, so we want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Whatever you think about all the news. The Splinter Cell news obviously is crazy. Let's hash that out. What do you want? Do you want anything? Do you want a remake? Do you want a reboot? Do you just want another game where Sam Fisher is 87 years old? Let's talk about that. I'm sure you're going to have something to say about NFTs, of course, as well, because everybody does, but I just really want to talk about Splinter Cell. But there's so much to talk about, from the Analogue Pocket to the game trailers, if you're playing the Gunk, what you're playing this week. Let us know anything in the comments. We're going to be down there as much as possible. We always are. Things get a little crazy, though, so of course, if you want to yell at me directly, Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino, and youtube.com/Jake Baldino. But thank you guys for coming around every Friday. We very much appreciate it. We still got a lot of other videos and more Friday show content coming out for you throughout the end of the year. So clicking that like button helps us. We would very much appreciate that. But I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Pizza's on me.